telling me there's a chance.
Boy. It seems like after a rocky start off to the year, Marvel is definitely doing some toying and tinkering around to see what they can do to just so desperately bring some life back into the universe, whether it be the big screen side of things or the silver screen, the small screen, and those D plus shows that they've been churning out of the slop house. But before we get into today's interesting news and updates for the MCU, you already know what's going to happen if you are returning to the channel. What is going on, YouTube? It is that boy Chuck, who loves to come to you off Alexa for all that comic book stuff. Let's get into today's quick hit. Now, again, we are in the MCU and we are on the silver screen. We're talking about all those D plus shows that they've been releasing and what may be on the horizon for them in the future. Now, we know that Daredevil Born Again is gearing up for release. That's at the Graystar screens. I think it's going to be March 3rd, March 8th. One of those days, hey, check your calendar and be there because we all know. Going off to the trailer and what's been said and been put in the atmosphere about this project, again, they're going with a more darker, grittier tone. They're trying to match more what was done on the Netflix side when they had the characters under their belt. And me, I'm all for that. I am all for that. If you want to go to a return to formula for something that worked, please be my guest. Go right ahead. I don't know why y'all didn't bring none of the writing team back. That's kind of baffling. But going off of the trailers, it seems like you guys may know what you were doing with this series. So we're just going to have to sit down, wait for it to come out. I'm definitely excited. I mark out for that boy Daredevil and Kingpin every time. Give it to me. I'm waiting. Don't you see I'm starving here? Like, give it to me. Like, yeah, I've been waiting for some good content for them. But outside of, those familiar faces coming over from the Netflix universe, we already know we got Charlie Course, of course, as Daredevil. We got Vincent D'Onofrio, of course, as, the infamous Kingpin. John Bernthal back in that role as Punisher. We recently got updates that we may see some more familiar other faces. We had Brad Winterbaum, Marvel streaming and TV boss over there at Marvel Studios, recently had an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and let him tell it, Marvel is very much exploring the idea of bringing back Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, and Finn Jones as Iron Fist.
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount.
As far as how I feel about that news, for one, I love everything for the most part that they were doing over there at Netflix with these characters. You really got to miss out of them with most of these characters. I say with a solid 2 out of 4, it was just like, every time they stepped to the plate, boy, they was hitting home runs with these characters. Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, Indoor Jewel, bring her back. I love it. I loved everything about that series, especially, I say, the first 2 seasons. Now, that third season, it was a little rocky there for a moment for it. It's like, wow, what is going on? This is how we sending her off. Like, no, those first 2 seasons, brilliant. Loved everything about it. Thought she was going to be announced shortly after, Charlie Cox got the call, because we all know if we keeping it a bean here, Jessica Jones and Daredevil was definitely carrying that whole Netflix ship over there. They was the 2 that everybody was looking for. Now, Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, what can I say about this? I feel like Mike Coulter is a great actor. This guy definitely got the chops to do it. It's just when he were over at Netflix, it seems they didn't have the right people in working on the script. They didn't have the right people working on the story, and they definitely didn't have the budget for a type of hero like Luke Cage. I mean, again, I have no problems with Mike Coulter being in that role. I just feel like there was a problem with the story and the budget, because Luke Cage was low-key buns. I mean, the first half of the first season was good when Cottonmouth was in there, but then they want to subvert up expectations and kill him off, bring in Monica and Shades. I ain't never ran away from a TV series so fast and never picked it back up like, oh yeah, this is what y'all doing.
Excuse me, I'm fucking out of here right now.
Count me out. But if we bring him back and bring him back as the Power Man that we all know and love, I mean, I'm talking about not getting taken out by a shotgun blast to the face, a washing machine falling on your head. God damn it, you Luke Cage, boy, you better act like it. You got unbreakable skin. I want to see that reflected on my screen when I'm watching the Luke Cage project. So bring Mike Coulter back. Give that project money and some good writers. Please, dear God, that's all we want. Because when we talk about black hero representation within Marvel as a whole right now, we got Black Falcon. I mean, Black Captain America, whatever you want to call the guy, because he don't know who he want to be himself. He don't know whether he want to be Black Panther, Ant-Man, Falcon, Captain America. We don't know what to call him at this point. But if we can get the proper representation in a character like Luke Cage, trust me, who we all got love for out here, please do it. Bring him back. Now, Finn Jones, I would be sad, not even really sad to say this, because we all know, and I feel like it's all out there in the universe, that you were definitely the weakest link when it comes to this whole Netflix ship.
We're going to get him out of there. He wasn't never amounting to shit anyway.
We all know that. You wouldn't. No, nobody was checking for that series. Nobody was checking for that series. And if you did check out that series, which you again were going to see, it had the Luke Cage problem, but it didn't have a great actor in this instance. Again, Mike Coulter is a great actor. He can try to make something work, try to make something, bad turn into good. But Finn Jones, sorry, the guy was just bland for me. No range, didn't like nothing about him. I don't really care to see him back.
Get somebody else to do it.
Like, is you really up to the task? I don't like this guy in the role. His fight scenes were some of the most trashiest and sloppiest shit I ever seen. I know I say that a lot, and it may seem like hyperbole, but him, when I say that about that, go sit back and watch that. Go sit back and watch Iron Fist. Again, this is one that's supposed to be one of Marvel's in the comics. They're top fighters. Up there with Daredevil, Shang-Chi, like, this is supposed to be the guy, but go sit back and watch that show and tell me if you think that's the case. Garbans. Again, it's exciting news all around. Don't know if we're going to go solo projects with all these characters. I would love to see that. Again, or if not solo, only you can pair up Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Give them a, Heroes for Hire joint. We need that already. Just give it to us. We need it. Give us a movie, miniseries, whatever you want to do. We need that. Outside of that, everybody else can do their own little solo thing. But let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited about this? I know I definitely am. But for at least, 2 of the 3, I can say that. If you are returning, do got to say thank you. Greatly appreciate all my continued support and people coming back, helping us grow the channel over here. If you are new and like the content, consider maybe leaving a like, dropping a comment, and subscribing so you can get more great content like this. But it has been your boy Chuck, and we out.